What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily, and if you aren't already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the video, throw a comment down in the comments section. I would really appreciate it. It is Sunday, October 6th, and it is also game day. How are we feeling, everybody? We are just about an hour and 8 minutes away from kickoff. The Packers have made their way out to Los Angeles to take on the Rams in a game that we have every right to win. They are missing their two starting guards, so hopefully Kenny Clark and company can get some pressure inside, cause some problems. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are also out. The Rams are definitely missing some key players. Unfortunately for them. As for the Packers, Jair Alexander is out. Tracy Wolfson reported about 30 minutes ago that he was feeling good during pregame warmups, but not good enough. He said he hopes to be ready by next week, which is the game at Lambeau Field against the Cardinals. With that, Carrington Valentine is in. He is good to go, so that alleviates a little bit of the pressure from the cornerback position. It's good to see that Carrington's back out there because last week, Eric Stokes and Keyshawn Nixon just did not play good enough. So hopefully with Carrington Valentine back, that'll help the cornerback room. What do we got in the chat here? What up, G? Helston's in the chat. Go Pack Go, CJ. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Luke Musgrave is good to go. However, it was reported that if he were to be good to go, he would most likely be playing in a limited role. Edgerrin Cooper is good to go, and so is Elton Jenkins. The rest of the inactive list goes as followed. Christian Watson, Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Morgan, Brenton Cox, and Travis Glover. Those guys are all out. As always, let's hop in the chat. How are we feeling? Let's see what's going on. As always, if you want to be a part of the show, give me a call. Ask me a question on air. The Nicolay Law hotline. The number is on the screen. I will gladly take your call and chat some Packers. Helston in the chat. Bears kicking some butt. Minnesota's 5-0. I'm not feeling well. Helston, I'm right there with you. Although the Bears are playing the Panthers, they're doing pretty well right now. They're going to win that game. Minnesota's 5-0, as we saw this morning from the game over in London. The division, is looking tough, just as I expected. Michael, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I have a bad feeling about today. Michael, well, I am here to change your mind. We are going to win today. I'm telling you right now. We're going to get this dub, and it's going to be a get back on track type of game for us. Nick, I hope we don't trade Romeo. I bought a shirt of him this summer. Can't let that $20 go to waste, Nick. I hear you. I don't think a trade is coming, but you never know. I didn't see the news about Romeo coming as well, so I guess I'm not the end-all, be-all. Mystic, I'm at SoFi. Let's go. Go, Pat, go. Misty, hopefully you have a great game, and hopefully you can see a win today. Flavio, hi, I'm a Brazilian Packers fan. Went to Sao Paulo game. What's going on, Flavio? Good to see you in the chat. Hello from Ireland, Julie. Go Pack, go Pack, go. Jesse in the chat. No Romeo, no Christian, no problem. Jaden Reed will lead the way. Absolutely love the mentality, Jesse. As we all know by now, Romeo Doubs has been suspended for today's game. The team hopes to have him back next week, and Christian Watson, as I mentioned earlier, is also out with his high ankle sprain. Interestingly enough, Green Bay did not call up a wide receiver for today's game, so that leaves us with four. Dontavian Wicks, Jaden Reed, Bo Melton, and Malik Heath, and they will lead the way for us in the passing game with the help from Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave, depending on how much he plays. I mentioned earlier, Luke Musgrave, who was questionable, is active today. Not entirely sure how much he's going to play. So we'll just have to see exactly how much that is here in about an hour and 4 minutes. Miles in the chat. It's been a while since we beat the Rams in California. Time to notch one here today. Yes, Miles. I talked about this last week. It has been almost 60 years since the Packers have beat the Rams in the state of California. 1966 was the last time that happened. They've got a chance to do that today. And although we are missing some key guys, I think we'll get it done. XX over on Instagram. We're getting the dub today. Go Pack Go. Born and raised in Green Bay. Love to see it. Love the positivity. Mitchell, hope to see Gary on the stat sheet today. At least. Go Pack Go. I'm thinking 3 sacks for Rashawn today. I don't know. I got that feeling. I think it's a get-right game for him. Get back on track. I know he's seen the criticism on social media. 1 sack in the last 11 games is definitely not up to his standards. So I am predicting a Rashawn Gary three sack game today. Travis, are the Vikings legit? Travis, I wish I could tell you absolutely not. But unfortunately, they are looking pretty good, especially on the defensive side of the ball. If any of you missed their game this morning against the Jets over in London, they ended up winning that game 23-17. Aaron threw 3 picks, and the Jets overall just looked like a mess. Was hoping Raj could do us a favor and hand the Vikings a loss, but of course that was not the case. Minnesota is 5-0 heading into their bye week and are looking pretty good. Their kicker, by the way, also hit 2 50-plus yarders in this morning's game, which must be nice. It absolutely must be nice. Lisa, can't mess around today. Get Josh Jacobs the ball and no turnovers. Packers 31, Rams 20. I can't agree more, Lisa. We've got to get Josh Jacobs going early and often. Build up a lead, force the Rams to throw the ball a little bit. Meanwhile, missing their top 2 targets, Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, as I mentioned earlier. Kyron Williams, their young running back, he's gotten off to somewhat of a slow start from a yardage standpoint, but he's scored quite a few touchdowns and at least 1 touchdown in every game. So no messing around, no shooting ourselves in the foot. Get the win, get back in Green Bay for a Week 6 matchup at home against the Cardinals. Braden Narvison, hoping this can be a bounce-back game for him. It's a controlled environment. The field conditions are pristine. And, yeah, there's no excuses for missed field goals today. All right. With that, let's get the Green Bay Packers fact of the day rolling. Stay with me here. And we've got a good one today, one that I think you guys are going to like.
Time for your Green Bay Packers Fact of the Day. Brought to you by TickPick. TickPick guarantees to have the lowest prices on Packers tickets. If you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, TickPick will give you 110% of your money back. If you want $20 off your next ticket order, use code Packers20 at checkout. That's Packers20. This promo code can only be used in the app, so make sure to download the TickPick app today.
All right, your Green Bay Packers fact of the day. The Packers averaged twice as many yards with Jayden Reed on the field at 8.6 yards per play compared to just 4.3 yards per play when he is not on the field. Jayden Reed absolutely bursted onto the scene this season and is kind of cementing himself as one of the better playmakers in the league and one of the best overall players on our team. A lot of folks were hesitant about Jayden Reed when we took him in last year's draft out of Michigan State, but undoubtedly he has proved every one of us wrong. And yeah, he is off to a great start so far in his career. Big shout out to TickPick for partnering up with myself. I've used them. I would never promote something that is 100% that I'm not 100% on board with. Download the app, use the code Packers20 for $20 off. They guarantee the lowest priced tickets. Otherwise, they will give you 110% of your money back. What else do we got going on in the chat? Let's see. Flavio, sometimes I think Jordan Love is hasty. He needs more experience. Absolutely. You know, he's only in year 2 as a starter, and this team overall is still the youngest team in the league. So just because they've been together for a year doesn't negate some of the young mistakes that we have been seeing this season. They are still the youngest team in the league, one of the younger teams in NFL history still. So yeah, this any experience is good experience for Jordan. I do think he's playing quite well. Laquan over on Instagram, 2 questions. Will we get Marshawn Lloyd back in? And what can the Packers defense do to seal the victory? Marshawn Lloyd is still in IR. I think if I remember correctly, he's eligible to return next week. So, yeah, that's where we're at with Marshawn Lloyd. He will not be out there today. He's still in IR. To seal the victory today, run the ball early, get Josh Jacobs going, and the defense. Although the Rams are missing some of their guys, especially in the offensive line and the receiver room, can't be giving up third and longs. Can't be giving up 8-9 minute drives. We've got to force some turnovers. I know Xavier McKinney has caught a pick in all 4 games so far this year. However, I don't think he's going to today, but I've been saying that the last 2 weeks, so I'm just going to stick with it and hope that I'm wrong. Force a few turnovers, get some pressure inside against those backup guards, and yeah, force Matthew Stafford to get rid of it. We can't let him sit back there and get comfortable. He will pick us apart if that is the case. Kaiser over on Instagram. Do you think the Dobbs situation will work out like Alexander's last year? If not, what do you think the outcome will be? That's my hope, Kaiser. Jair Alexander got suspended last year, met with the team, and they both took it head on, addressed the problem, and everybody was better for it. So Romeo Dobbs' situation is a little weird. I'm sure you guys have all seen by now, but he skipped Thursday's practice, skipped Friday's practice. So much so the Packers had no idea what he was doing. They had to go to his house to see if he was okay. So I would imagine they probably tried to contact him to see what was going on. He didn't return any calls. That's my assumption. I don't have any sources or information on that outside of what you guys have access to. And then, yeah, some folks were kind of waiting in the means there to see exactly what the problem was, getting mad at people for turning on Romeo Dobbs, but he skipped 2 practices and didn't tell anybody. Packers then suspended him for today's game. So that kind of tells you exactly what went on there, which is disappointing. I don't understand how he's frustrated with the opportunities within the offense. Week 1, I think he's still up there as I think he's like couple receptions behind the lead on the team. And then 2 of those weeks we had a backup quarterback and passing was just not in the game plan. And then, yeah. So, yeah, he's upset. I've heard other folks talk about the game plan getting installed on Wednesday, and maybe he wasn't a fan of it. Skip Thursday, skip Friday. Either way, he skipped out on the team. I mean, I'm not going to go to bat for him when he dipped on us. So hopefully they both can learn from it and be better for it. But, yeah, I'm not sure how it's going to play out. I know the Packers said they want him back next week, and hopefully that's the case and they can move on, similar to the Jair Alexander situation last year, and everything's great, but that's not always the case. So we shall see. And was listening to Andy Herman this morning, and he was talking about, yeah, for sure, you'd love to have Romeo out there, but if he's not out there, it's full steam ahead. We've got guys that can step in and play. So Jair, different story. He's an all-pro cornerback. Corner in general is just a different position of need anyways. But yeah, unfortunately for Romeo, he decided to skip out on practice Thursday and Friday, which, hey, I'm not a fan of. It's just I'll just leave it at that. So Nick, I think Romeo thought he'd be with the wide receiver 1 after the playoffs, but so far it's been read by a mile. Just disappointing. Yeah, the whole situation's disappointing. And I'm sure the Packers feel the same way, clearly, after suspending him for yesterday's game. Yeah, I thought he's played fine this year. Hasn't gotten a ton of targets, but nobody really has. I think Jaden Reed with 17 catches leads the team, and Romeo is not too far behind in catches and in targets. So we've got a lot of guys to throw the ball to, get the ball to, and Romeo, he's not Devontae, so I don't know where that's coming from. I guess, from what I've seen and what I've heard during his interviews and his football personality, because we obviously have no idea what these guys are like off the field. Kind of surprising he went this route and just skipping town on practice Thursday and Friday. And Yeah, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me today as far as the show goes. But anything Packers content, that never stops. I'm always posting everything Packers related all day long. So be sure to follow me at GBP Daily. And if you are not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel at GBP Daily as well. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, I will catch you guys later. Let's get this win. One last thing, Packers 34, Rams 17. That's my prediction. Enjoy game day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you.